Hey everyone, it's Keela here, and today I'm joining in with a YouTube hop for Lottie Loves Paper. The links for everybody else's videos is in the description below, so please do go and check those out. The Lottie Loves Paper design team, as well as some guests, are creating layouts, and we're all using the same sketch, which is in the top right hand corner there, and you can also find that on the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group as well, which I'll also link in the description below, so you can go and check that out. There are going to be some prizes up for grabs as well. It is National Scrapbooking Day, so there's a lot going on online. So the prizes for this is if you complete the hop and leave a comment on all of the videos in the hop, you will be entered for a prize. And also there's a prize up for grabs for joining in with the sketch challenge as well on the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group. And all winners are chosen at random, and Sarah will sort all that out on the Lottie Loves Paper group. So here is my layout for this sketch. I scrapbook in A4, so I don't have as much space, and I can kind of find like a grid layout a little bit difficult on the size that I scrapbook in, but I wanted to give it a go. It is a fab sketch. I love all the Lottie Loves Paper sketches. So I have pulled some papers out which I cut before I started filming, and I've gone for mainly the navy and the light blue in the Daydream collection by Coco Vanilla Studio. And I am going to add pops of other colours as well. Like I've got a tag that I've made out of some pattern paper, and that's in the pink. And I'm going to try and spread the other colours around the page, but I wanted the papers that I use for my grid to all match and kind of be a similar tone. I did try messing around with some other papers, but I just felt there was just too much going on. So by sticking with the same papers, it just toned it down a little bit, and I'm going to bring more colour in using the embellishments instead. Now the photographs that I'm scrapbooking today, I've picked out 2 photos which were taken on the same day. One at the top is of my niece Daisy, and the one at the bottom is of my niece Penny, and these were taken I think it was either September, October last year. Some of the restrictions had kind of eased a little bit, and I was able to meet up with my sister and my 2 nieces in the park and spend some time with them. And obviously, I hadn't seen my family for such a long time, so I had to get some photographs and I had to document this day. So all my papers are now stuck down, my photos are all stuck down. I did distress the edges of my pattern papers. I love the look of this. Now I don't have as much room now on the sides of my grid. I do have space at the top and at the bottom, but because obviously my layout is smaller, I don't have much space on the either side. Now I did consider maybe adding some pattern paper at the top and at the bottom, but I decided it would be a little bit too much with all the pattern going on in the grid itself. I have fussy cut some of the florals from one of the pattern papers. Now I got 2 copies of this to start with, and then I ordered some more of this paper because I needed more of the florals, so I could use up the rest of the collection. But yeah, I really do love a paper that you can fussy cut and get more embellishments from. It really does help a collection stretch that little bit further. So I'm now sticking down my clusters. I've got a rainbow, which again is bringing in some more of the colours throughout the page. Lots of different florals that I fussy cut. Now normally with like a floral cluster, I will cut out the whole cluster, but for this one I did just cut out little bits of the florals that I wanted, because I didn't need like a really big cluster. I just needed little bits, and normally I'd leave a white border around, but I haven't on these ones. I'm popping some of them up on foam, just to add some different levels, because the papers are stuck flat onto the background cardstock. I needed to add a little bit of dimension to the page. I'm putting another cluster down here at the bottom, just like in the sketch. There was a cluster on the top right and then a cluster on the bottom middle. So I am mimicking that on mine as well. So again, popping some of them up on foam and some of them flat. I've added one of the little butterflies in as well, which I'm not sure if this one was a fussy cut or it was actually a die cut. I've not many of the die cuts left. I do have some word strips here in place of where the journaling is on the sketch. Now I print my journaling off and I usually do that after I've created my layout. It's kind of the bit that I keep private amongst my scrapbooking. So that will be added to the layout at a later date before it goes into the album. And I may possibly put it at the bottom, or maybe a strip at the top and a strip at the bottom. I'm not quite sure. So I've added these word stickers in place of where the journaling is on the original. One reads The Good Life and another one reads Don't Forget. And I'm also going to add this banner. I think this one is from one of the cut apart sheets, and it just reads I love you, or I love you. And I'm going to add that to the top cluster as well. I have added a staple in just to add a little bit of extra detail onto that, and then I'm going to stick that down onto that top card. So yeah, so my layout's coming together quite nicely now. It is such a fab design. I think grids are really easy designs on pages. Your page kind of comes together. You can use each section of the grid as like little mini layouts themselves. I have added in some Bramble Fox hearts from my stash. And I've also fussy cut some of the little florals from the pattern paper as well, just to add a little bit more colour around the page. And now I'm coming in with my title, and these are the Paige Evans thickers. I've got so many sets of these, and they're quite old now. I think they might have been from Pick Me Up, but they were perfect just to write a little title on that rectangle there. Now finishing off with some splatters of the Jen Hadfield Gold Mist, and just putting that into all the different clusters throughout the page. So that's my layout finished. Like I said, please do check out the rest of the videos for the hop. They're all linked in the description below, and check out the Lottie Loves Paper Facebook group too. Thank you for watching. Bye.